Hello, Muppet fans, and welcome to Movin' Right Along, a Muppet movie podcast brought to you by toughpigs.com. This is the podcast where we watch The Great Muppet Caper 2 minutes at a time and talk about it a lot. I'm your host, Ryan Rowe.
I'm your other host, Anthony Strand.
And today we are very happy to have a return guest back with us from last week, a fellow Muppet nerd. Introduce yourself, please.
Julia Gaskill.
Welcome
Hi.
back.
I'm happy to be back.
Always glad to have you. And today we're talking about minutes 63 and 64 of The Great Muppet Caper, in which Lady Holiday prepares for the fashion show and Nicky Holiday gets uncomfortably close to Miss Piggy. So yes, we're backstage at Lady Holiday's fashion show, and it's chaos. People are running around, going through clothes, and Piggy runs through pushing a rack of dresses.
Can I say something even before Piggy shows up?
Yeah.
I love how much hustle and bustle there is around the dressing room. Like, this movie is obsessed with showing us chaos in a way that the first movie was not, right? We have the hotel, we have the bus on the way to the date, we have the newsroom earlier on. We have the street during Hey a Movie. It's just over and over. It's just crazy scenes. And this one might be the most low-key, real-life example of that in the entire movie. It's just kind of, this is probably what it's actually like backstage at a fashion show.
Right. Yeah, it's not cartoonish.
But I like that it fits in thematically so well with everything else that we've seen. You know?
Yeah.
It's neat.
Yeah. Yeah, Jim Henson, pretty good director.
True.
So, yes, Piggy just runs through pushing past everyone with this rack of dresses. Nicky remarks to Lady Holiday regarding Piggy, she's wonderful. She's so wonderful. So he's just, he can't take his eyes off her. Before we go on, I want to mention, what do we think of Lady Holiday's outfit here? I really like this all sort of bright red outfit with the hat that has a feather on it. It kind of reminds me of certain Muppets that have hair that's made out of feathers, just kind of the way it moves.
Yeah, I can see that.
Or did did neither of you happen to notice her?
I didn't. I don't notice costumes very often in general.
Yeah.
She looks great as always.
Yeah. I don't think I usually notice costumes, but I think as this movie has gone on, I have been noticing them more and more.
You've been taken aback by the flutter of godets to get ahead of ourselves.
Always a good time to say that. So Lady Holiday is encouraging her models to get ready. She says, everybody keep it moving, don't linger. We just want to give them a hint, a taste, a soupçon, appetizers, no full course meals. And just a perfectly delivered line.
Well, and actually, I didn't know what a soupçon was. And then once I looked it up in the transcript, I realized that it is the word I have always thought was soupcon.
Ah, yes, it's Francais.
Yeah, which I've definitely seen in print before, but I never put it together.
Well, does the letter C have one of those little squiggles under it?
Not on the transcript I was looking at, but probably does in the actual word. Which
I'm sure there are French experts out there who are yelling at me right now, possibly including my sister-in-law. But it's probably another letter of the alphabet completely. But yeah, the little letter C with the squiggly thing under it.
Right. Well, and can I jump back a second before that?
Absolutely.
After Nicky says that Miss Piggy is so wonderful, I love how annoyed Lady Holiday seems to be about him lusting after her secretary.
Oh, sure.
Right. She just says she certainly seems to know where she's going.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where so much of it is the way Diana Rigg says it, which makes it hilarious.
Yeah, I've really come to appreciate her performance in this movie. Watching
it's great.
Well, and even this, right after that, there's that great touch where Nicky kind of has his arm up against her, and she pulls his arm up to look at his watch, and then says, "It's time."
Right.
It's perfect. It's so good.
Yeah, it really is. So Lady Holiday's admonishing her models, spit out your gum, and I don't know, one of them has her shoes are scuffed.
Yeah, one of them, her fake eyelashes aren't, entirely attached or something.
Right. I guess these are typical model problems.
Probably. I do enjoy that we see Marie, I guess is her name, take out her gum and throw it away. Like when Lady Holiday says that, we see one of the models walk over to a trash can and throw gum away, just in a wide shot.
Oh, do they actually pay that off? I hadn't even seen that. Well, that's good. That's continuity.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, there she goes. And that's good that she looks like she's putting it in a trash can down there, not just like tossing it on the ground.
Like on the floor.
Yeah, because don't do that, people. Come on. Piggy is still running around. She bumps into Nicky. Initially, she says, "Watch it, Buster," but then she realizes who he is. She addresses him as Mr. Holiday. That means that by this point, she knows who this guy is, the guy she was dancing with at the Dubonnet Club. And that means she should also know that he's the guy Kermit suspects of the jewel robberies, right?
I guess so.
Yeah, I mean, Kermit says to her in the park, right? Like, that guy you were dancing with might be the jewel thief. Or whatever.
Which, I mean, her response to that was, "Oh, you're jealous." So she might not be convinced that he is actually the thief at this point.
Yeah.
But she should, I mean, I don't know. I guess she has an idea.
Yeah, I mean, possibly like him saying that to her and her like thinking that he's jealous, like that landed more with her than like what Kermit actually like told her to begin with.
Right. It's just you're making up. That's a false accusation. You hate this guy. Whatever.
Yeah.
Right. Like Kermit would say anything. Nicky invites Piggy to have dinner with him tonight. She says she's very busy, but he keeps trying.
He's just such a sleazeball.
He is. He holds her face in his hands, and there's this little speech where he tells her she's a very different looking woman.
And he's doing this like fake friendly voice.
Yeah.
Through that, there's this like schmoozy voice.
It's
so gross.
No, it is very gross. I mean, it's a funny line in theory. He says, "I'm so tired of the same type, those tall, thin creatures with the long legs, the aquiline noses, the teeth like pearls, soft skin." To which Piggy replies, "Yeah, well, I can see why that might make you sick to your stomach."
That line from Piggy, like, feels so much specifically like the character Rhoda Morgenstern from the Mary Tyler Moore Show. Which I know, like, Tom Patchett and Jay Tarsis didn't write for that show.
Oh.
But they wrote for the Bob Newhart Show for years, which is, like, made at the same studio, MTM.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they had that character in their heads or not, but it feels like I can hear Valerie Harper saying it, right? Like,
yes.
Am I crazy?
No, it is that kind of snappy comeback.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good observation. I didn't know what the word aquiline meant. I've seen this movie how many dozens and dozens of times, but I looked it up. Wikipedia says an aquiline nose, also called a Roman nose or a hook nose, is a human nose with a prominent bridge, giving it the appearance of being curved or slightly bent. The word aquiline comes from the Latin word aquilinus, or eagle-like, an allusion to the curved beak of an eagle. And then the illustration on Wikipedia shows pictures of two entities in profile, and they are George Washington and an eagle. So
interesting.
Well,
Nicky Holiday is tired of women who look like eagles.
Well, my mom loves Barbra Streisand, and she used to always talk about Barbra Streisand's aquiline nose.
Really?
Yeah, as like a very distinctive and attractive feature.
I mean, that's sort of that is one of Barbra Streisand's trademarks, right?
Of course, yeah, but I mean, that's the word my mom would use to describe it.
She would specifically say aquiline.
Yes.
Huh. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think I've ever heard it outside of this movie, but I could be wrong. I will keep an ear out for it. Keep my aquiline ear out. But yes, so that, as we said, that was a funny response from Piggy, but it does not change the fact that this moment is pretty gross, pretty icky.
Well, he turns super harsh, like super quick right after.
Yeah, he kind of just throws himself on her, and then when she tries to get away, she's actually shouting, "No, please, please." He grabs her and is trying not to let her go.
Yup!
We know by this point for sure that Nicky is a bad person, but this kind of takes it to another level, especially watching this in 2019 in our more enlightened times. Yeah, it's just uncomfortable.
Yeah, I mean, what was my exact note? I wrote, Nikki Holiday, or no, Miss Piggy definitely would have Me Too'd Nikki Holiday today.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she says no multiple times. He grabs her, and like, I mean, I think it helps that he is not supposed to be. He is the bad guy, and so we can equate the actions of him with like these actions. But also, this was not super uncommon to see in like maybe not probably this era, but definitely before it as well. Yeah, it's gross. But again, he's the villain, and so we're not supposed to be endorsing all of his advances on Miss Piggy.
Right. I mean, even at the time, it's certainly intended to play as Nikki Holiday is being a creep to Miss Piggy.
Totally.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not like this is some power move or something. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
yeah.
I just wonder if this were made today. I have to think that if this were made today, this would not even be in the movie.
Right.
They would express his villainy in other ways. I mean, up to this point, he's been kind of lovable. He is the villain.
Well, but I think that's kind of the point, though.
You think they're trying to raise his?
Yeah, I think we're seeing his true nature, right? Yeah. Like he's trying to be suave. He's doing that. Could we meet just for a moment voice, and then like this is what he's actually like.
Yeah. Revealing his true colors.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It is jarring to see that happen, though, surrounded by these lighthearted musical numbers and jokes. But then a moment later, Kermit shows up. He's looking for the men's room. Kind of surprised they didn't go for was looking for the little frogs room. I don't know. They may have done that joke before.
Yeah, I mean, this is like a serious movie where Kermit is a serious romantic lead.
Yeah.
So we don't want to make jokes about him having to use the little frogs room. You wouldn't send Jimmy Stewart to the little frogs room.
Well, Jimmy Stewart's not a frog.
Oh, yeah. All right.
I know you forget that all the time. But so Piggy introduces Kermit to Nicky as her special friend, making sure that he gets the message. And he does. Yeah,
which I love. I love the way that she emphasizes, like she calls him Mr. Holiday instead of Nicky.
Right.
And I love the way that she like mumbles but puts extra emphasis on my special friend, right? Like it's so good. Piggy's wonderful.
Yeah. And Nicky gets it, but he does seem a little skeptical. He says he's a frog, isn't he? And Piggy has this very like, yes, like she's so enamored of him.
She's like so delighted. I love it. What a sweet thing.
So I know I might still be the only one paying attention to clothing in this scene, but I also like Kermit's little blue and white striped suit here. Kermit
is a dashing fellow.
He is. He knows how to dress. He has this, I guess the tie. Well, it's a blue tie. It doesn't quite match the pattern of the suit exactly, but yes, he looks great in this suit. Yeah. Especially considering he's usually naked.
Yeah, so when he gets dressed, he really goes all out. I mean, we saw him get dressed earlier. Like, we know how big of an ordeal it was.
That's true. Do you think he did another musical number in their hotel room this morning?
Yes. Okay, wait, remind me. Oh, yeah, this is not the same day. Of course it isn't. Yeah, I like to think that every time he gets dressed, he does a song number with Fozzie and Gonzo.
Yeah. This, actually, that's an interesting question. Is this just the next day? He got dressed, they went to the Dubonnet Club, and then the next day he went to the park and saw Piggy, and as far as we know, this is still that same day, right?
Yeah, I guess we don't know for sure, but...
Or this is the evening of the day that they just... Yeah.
It must be sometime soon, just because of, like, the robbery happening. But yeah, it doesn't really... It could be the same day, but it could be, like, a day or two later.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't know.
This could be the day after the bike ride.
Now, what I need is for somebody to write a fanfic about what Kermit and Piggy did in between.
Yeah. Well, they had to take their bikes back to the rental place. And
and everybody did. Everybody had to take their bikes. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I don't know. I get, presumably Pops had the bus parked so they could all go back to the hotel. I don't know.
Yeah.
The possibilities are endless.
What a busy day for young Jim Henson at the bike shop, as Leslie called him last week.
Yes.
Or 2 weeks ago. That he got 16 rentals all at once. Like, I'm sure that's unusual for him.
Yeah, he probably closed early that day. Good for him. Yeah, so Kermit moves on, presumably to go use the men's room. Nicky is still not done being gross. He pulls Piggy back over to him and starts to tell her that they could have had some, but then it cuts off at the end of this clip. So we'll have to wait until next week for the rest of that.
And you also skimmed over the way that Charles Grodin says, "Nice to meet you," to Kermit after Piggy introduces him, which is like super menacing. Yeah. He sounds like he's going to murder Kermit.
He might be thinking about it.
Yeah.
I don't really have anything else for these 2 minutes other than there was in the July 22nd, 1980 draft of the screenplay, both Piggy and Lady Holiday, I believe, made reference to Nicky's. They both commented that Nicky's hair dye is running, which was probably a good choice to cut that because it's not that funny.
No.
Like he says, "How do I look?" And they say, "Your hair dye is running."
They say it in unison?
No, it's at two different moments in the scene.
Oh.
Like Lady Holiday says it, and then a minute later, Piggy says it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's not great. That's no what color are their hands now.
Certainly. So, yeah, that was fine. But, yeah, any other thoughts on these minutes? Julia, starting with you?
Not really. I feel like I didn't end up taking too many notes because, yeah, a lot happens in this scene, but it's all pretty straightforward. I love Diana Rigg. She's just perfect throughout this movie. Nicky Holiday is gross, but like more so in this scene than because I do really enjoy him as a character as a whole. But like, yeah, this scene in particular isn't like the most fun scene to watch him do. And yeah, great movie. Yeah.
Indeed. Anthony, any final thoughts?
We did kind of gloss over at the very beginning of this clip the way that Piggy yells, "Gangway, watch your step, coming through," just like so forcefully, is such a great little Piggy moment.
Oh, sure.
Where she's the designer's new secretary, right? She's not the star of this show. She's the receptionist, right? She's not she's maybe the lowest person on the food chain, right? She's moving the dresses around, and she's just, "Get out of my way. I'm Miss Piggy. Who cares what you're doing? I gotta move these clothes from A to B, so I'm doing it." And it's such a delight to just watch her command the room, even when she's supposed to be, small part of it.
Knowing her place. Yeah, so, and Lady Holiday says she certainly, what was it? She certainly seems to know where she's going.
Certainly seems to know where she's going, yeah.
Right, which could mean she knows where she needs to take this rack of clothing, but it also means Piggy knows where she's going in her life. She's going to take this job and she's going to use it to advance her career and get to where she wants to be.
Yeah, that gal's going places.
She is. And also, I'm just looking at this. There are other racks of clothing in this dressing room that are people-sized, and then the one that Piggy is pushing through is notably low to the ground, so that it's just the right size for Piggy to push it. So there's that. And with that, we will wrap things up for this week. Listeners, please check out toughpigs.com on the internet, on Facebook, Twitter, and all of those things. And, we really want to hear from everyone. If you have thoughts on this episode, thoughts on these minutes or other minutes that we've covered recently, feel free to drop by our Facebook page or Twitter or the Tough Pigs forum, which you can find a link to on the front page of toughpigs.com. And just let us know what you're thinking about these parts of the movie. Also, you can find me on Twitter at @MeRyanRowe. Anthony is on Twitter at ZeppoMarxist. And Julia, remind our listeners where they can find you on the internet.
Just my handle is almost always Geek Girl Grown Up. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram and other places, I'm sure.
And various articles on Tough Pigs.
Yes.
So check those out, and if you don't mind, please give us a positive review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you find podcasts, and tell your friends about the show. And join us again next week for another episode of Movin' Right Along. See you next time.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Today, we are talking about minutes 63 and 64 of The Great Muppet Caper, in which Lady Holiday's models prepare for... Oops, I forgot to finish writing what happens in these minutes.